Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Monday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is April 29th, 2019. And now the news at noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, police have obtained arrest warrants for two men involved in a fight 3 weeks ago that sent one of them to the intensive care unit for 9 days. The arrest warrants were issued Thursday for Troy Brown, age 30, and Chris Harper, age 31, in connection with an April 1st stabbing near College Plaza. The two men have known each other for a number of years and were arguing for months leading up to the altercation, each making threats to fight, injure, or kill the other, according to an arrest affidavit filed in the 6th Judicial District Court. Brown, whom police suspect of third-degree assault and stalking, turned himself in Thursday and said Durango Police Department Commander Rita Warfield. He was released on a $5,000 bail. Harper, who told officers he will turn himself in, is suspected of first-degree assault and stalking, according to the news release from the city. Brown was taken to Mercy Regional Medical Center with life-threatening injuries. Police recovered a 6-inch blade from the scene. A detective interviewed Harper immediately after the incident. Brown's 9-day hospitalization kept police from contacting him, which stalled the investigation, Warfield said.
In case you see some low-flying helicopters, this might be what's happening. From the journal Photo Laysan Aerial Services, BP American Production Company will start aerial surveys to inspect its pipelines over 4 counties in the Four Corners. Bill Winters, a GIS specialist with BP, wrote in an email that helicopter surveys will start Monday to inspect all company-owned pipelines. Survey areas include Archuleta and La Plata counties in Colorado and Rio Arriba and San Juan counties in New Mexico. Flights will occur between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. each day, and it should take about 2 to 3 weeks to complete the project, Winters said. The average flying altitude will be about 200 feet. The crews are familiar with the wildlife and livestock concerns, as well as the importance of minimizing disturbance to residents, Winters wrote. Winters said the appropriate emergency agencies have been notified of the planned flights.
According to the Cortez Journal, a Durango man accused of sexually assaulting a Fort Lewis College student almost 2 years ago is scheduled to stand trial in May. Devin Ducky Bond, age 22, appeared Friday in the La Plata County Courthouse with his lawyers Katie Whitney and Brian Showalter to confirm they are ready for a 6-day trial scheduled to begin May 13th. In February, defense attorneys asked that the trial be postponed because they had received new information about the case just before the trial was scheduled to start. Both defense and prosecuting attorneys suggested Friday that they are open to striking a plea deal to avert trial, but neither expressed certainty about a resolution could be reached before mid-May. District Court Judge William Herringer said he was willing to consider a deal up until a jury has been called. Bond has been charged with sexual assault causing submission by overbearing the victim's will, a Class 2 felony. He faces a minimum of 16 years in prison, but he could serve the rest of his life in prison if convicted of the felony sexual assault charge.
From the journal File Photo, the Bureau of Land Management Tres Rios Field Office is seeking public comment on a proposal for new motorized and non-motorized trails in Montezuma, La Plata, and Archuleta counties. In Montezuma County, several projects are proposed, said BLM planner Keith Fox. At Mud Springs in McElmo Canyon, a new parking area off Road 21, just south of the current one, will be installed to accommodate larger vehicles carrying off-road vehicles. From the new parking lot, a motorized trail will lead to an open driving area in an old gravel mine. Northwest of Mancos, 12 miles of single-track non-motorized trails are proposed on BLM land known as the Aqueduct area. A new parking area would also be installed off Road 39. The town of Mancos and the Mancos Trails Group are especially interested in developing non-motorized trails at Aqueduct. The 1,000-acre area is defined by 2 prominent ridges separated by a scenic valley. A historic ditch crosses the land on the eastern end. Some changes and improvements are proposed for the Chutes and Ladders Trail system northwest of Mesa Verde National Park. A new parking area would be built off Road 34, allowing room for larger vehicles. A 1-mile section of trail would be closed to accommodate an active wildlife corridor, and a new section of trail would be built so users do not have to walk along the road on loop sections. A new parking area is also proposed for accessing the Weber Mountain Wilderness Study area off of Road 41 south of Mancos. The primitive area has no developed trails and none is planned. The Wilderness Study area is non-motorized. Quote, "We are working very closely with our communities and partners to provide a network of roads and trails that everyone can use to access and enjoy their public lands," said Acting Tres Rios Field Manager Elijah Waters. The BLM is accepting comments through May 22nd. Comments must be submitted through the BLM e-planning site online. The BLM proposed action and associated maps are also available on the e-planning site and available for review at the Tres Rios Field Office in Dolores. Comments will be collected and analyzed, and then an environmental study is conducted that may include plan alternatives. The BLM scoping plan for recreation does not include Canyons of the Ancients National Monument.
According to the Cortez Journal, Cruz Baca, a former alcoholic and drug user, got sober after drunkenly hitting 2 pedestrians on College Drive in 2016 and has since made it his mission to help others struggling with addiction. While he is deeply remorseful for his actions that day, the consequences of them, including jail time, helped him turn around decades of addiction, he said. Baca was among those who shared his story Friday at a gathering at the Durango Public Library held to help educate the community about addiction. The event featured the 34-foot-long opioid memorial wall, which displayed 4,200 pill bottles, one for every 10 Americans who died by heroin and prescription opioid overdoses in 2016. The wall is part of a campaign developed to encourage addicts to seek treatment. Addiction is a prevalent problem in Colorado, which has seen a steady uptick of overdose deaths. In 2017, more than 1,000 residents died of an overdose, including 560 from opioid-based substances such as heroin. In 2017 and 2018, heroin waned as a drug of choice, said Dr. Dan Kaplan, founder of Colorado Addiction Treatment Services in Durango. Drug users are now more likely to use a combination of harmful substances, he said. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid, can be made more cheaply than heroin and is becoming more common, he said. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Yes, let's look at that weather for our local area, the DCTV area. Today, periods of showers with thunderstorms are also possible in the afternoon, looking at an 80% chance with a high near 55 degrees. South-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, periods of shower are possible with thunderstorms remaining at 80% chance. A low around 40 degrees, and continuing into Tuesday, a 50% chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy skies with a high near 56 degrees, south-southwest winds around 15 miles an hour. Then Tuesday night it lessens to 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 38, with those southwest winds continuing 10 to 15 miles. The Wednesday forecast continues to linger with a 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms also possible in the afternoon. Partly sunny with a high just near 52 degrees and getting colder Wednesday night. Mostly clear skies with a low around 33. So watch out Wednesday night for your tender plants you might have eagerly set outside already. Thursday it will be sunny again with a high near 60 degrees. Thursday night mostly clear with a low around 37. Friday sunny with a high near 66. Friday night mostly clear with a low around 41. Saturday sunny with a high near 69 degrees, and Saturday night mostly clear with a low around 44. And now back to the news.
From the Cortez Journal, the Montezuma-Cortez School District RE1 plans to end STAR testing next year. The move comes after staff analyzed the assessment in predicting Colorado measures of academic success scores and determined that the tests were not aligned. It also comes with complaints by teachers who say they spend too much time on testing and data analysis rather than on instruction. It's not even just about testing for kids, Jeanette Allen, the district director of curriculum and instruction, said at a board meeting Thursday night. It's teachers looking at data. The school district has used STARS since 2013 to help gauge students' academic growth. Achievement on STAR is evaluated against performance at the national level. The district has administered interim assessments aligned with grade level standards since 2014. STAR and the interim tests have been given at the beginning, middle, and end of the school year. While STAR determines students to be grade level proficient if they test at the 40th percentile, the district uses a 50th percentile benchmark. In January, district staff and a committee analyzed how well the tests were aligned with student performance on CMAS, which is required by Colorado and the U.S. The analysis was partially pushed by teacher concerns that too much time was spent on testing. Additionally, some teachers questioned the validity of certain scores, particularly after STAR changed its user platform in winter 2017.
Recall efforts seek to reverse Democratic gains in the state legislature, as reported in the Durango Herald with an AP photo. Julie Andra Fuentes decided this spring to join a fledgling effort to recall Governor Jared Polis when she heard about a controversial sex education bill being debated in the legislature. The bill makes nominal changes to an existing Colorado law passed in 2013, which bans abstinence-only education in state schools. Fuentes, a resident of Metro Denver, says she wasn't following the legislature 5 years ago and was unaware the bill passed. But as debates about sex education resurface, and as Polis has signed into law bills addressing oil and gas reform and gun control, Fuentes is paying attention now. Quote, then it just was really kind of hit me. We have a platform, Fuentes said. This is something people care about, and we can do this. Fuentes is now the president and registered agent for Official Recall Governor Jared Polis, a 6-week-old political campaign to drive Colorado's new governor out of office. The group is one of a handful targeting Colorado Democrats for recall elections after fierce debates in the legislature about the passage of sweeping oil and gas reform and a measure that would allow courts to seize firearms from individuals considered to be a threat. Another petition effort is underway to put the National Popular Vote bill, which Polis signed into law March 15th, on the 2020 ballot. That bill would grant all of Colorado's presidential electors to the winner of the National Popular Vote. As of this week, the Colorado Secretary of State's office has approved only one recall petition for Greeley Democrat Representative Rochelle Galindo, but the effort to recall Polis faces the toughest odds. The recall petition cannot be submitted until July, when Polis has been in office for more than 6 months and must collect more than 630,000 signatures in 60 days. For now, Fuentes gauges support for the effort from the group's private Facebook group, which has nearly 40,000 members. The countless calls and emails she has received from around Colorado are in the roughly $30,000 the group has raised. Fuentes has heard from tobacco shop owners, bail bondsmen, gun rights activists, ranchers, developers, and real estate agents, all of whom support removing the governor from office for various reasons. If the bid to recall Polis succeeds, a recall election would likely be held in 2020. Quote, we are up against people who have a lot of money and a lot of power, Fuentes said.
From the Cortez Journal, a newly unveiled advisory committee that will help make management decisions for a downsized national monument in southern Utah has become the latest flashpoint in a long-running debate over lands considered sacred to Native Americans, as monument supporters cry foul about being left off the panel. The selections for the 15-person Bears Ears National Monument panel, posted online April 19th by the U.S. Bureau of Land Management, revealed a few people who seemed to strike a middle ground, but nobody who was an outspoken proponent of the monument created by President Barack Obama in December 2016 to help preserve ancient cliff dwellings and an estimated 100,000 archaeological sites. In contrast, the committee includes several people who were critics of Obama's designation and cheered President Donald Trump's December 2017 decision to scale it back by about 85% to make it a 315 square mile monument, in a move Trump said was done to reverse federal overreach. They include San Juan County Commissioner Bruce Adams, ranchers Zeb Dalton and Gail Johnson, resident Jamie Bales, and the 2 people selected for tribal spots on the committee, Ryan Benally and Alfred Ben.
Colorado seeks overseas visitors. Interest in adventure and Old West attract foreigners, reported in the Durango Herald with photo by David Halhoub. International visitors to Colorado increased almost 8% in 2017 compared with 2016, and according to the study conducted for the Colorado Tourism Office, Southwest Colorado is in a good position to attract more overseas visitors. Quote, the benefit of international visitors is that they come all year round, said Andrea Blankenship, Director of International Tourism for the Colorado Tourism Office. Blankenship delivered a workshop on international tourism at the Southwest Tourism Summit held at the Strader Hotel on April 18th. 13th. According to statistics compiled for the State Tourism Office by Tourism Economics and Destination Analysts, Inc., not only did international visitors jump from 939,000 tourists in 2016 to 989,000 in 2017, but the amount they spent per visit also increased. The average amount spent by international travelers in the state in 2017 was $1,763, up from $1,662 in 2016. The average domestic traveler spends only $560 on a trip to Colorado. When asked what they want to do when they come to Colorado, their number one answer is adventure. Number two is to experience the Old West culture. And number three is that Colorado is a welcoming place, Blankenship said. She noted all three top reasons for an international visit are strong suits for Southwest Colorado. In fact, a survey in which foreigners were asked to list their top reasons to visit Colorado, 23.6%, the third most mentioned reason specifically mentioned visiting Mesa Verde and Rocky Mountain National Parks. The fifth most mentioned reason for visiting Colorado was because of its Old West heritage and culture, a reason cited by 21.9% in the survey. Visiting scenic and historic train rides was also mentioned by 18.1% of respondents. Blankenship said Colorado remains a secondary visit to the United States after destinations such as New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Florida, but increasingly international tourists are looking to go beyond traditional destinations. Quote, 60% of international visitors are interested in lesser-known destinations, and 60% are looking to incorporate the outdoors into their visits, she said. They are done with shopping, they're done with Las Vegas. Colorado has room to attract more international visitors, Blankenship said.
From the Cortez Journal, an $11.2 million highway improvement project on U.S. Highway 491-160 has begun that will add passing lanes and a left turn lane along a 2.5-mile stretch north of Toyoak. Alternating northbound and southbound passing lanes will be added between the Ute Mountain Casino and Road C, and a left-turning lane will be added for southbound drivers accessing Woody's convenience store. Also, roads A and B will be realigned to better align with the highway. Also, the Road 21 intersection will be permanently closed. Access will be diverted to Road B. CDOT officials said the reason the Road 21 intersection will be abandoned is because they don't want people waiting to turn left onto Road 21 while in the passing lane. As part of the project, highway shoulders will be widened, new guardrails will be installed, and a domestic water line to Toyoak will be upgraded. Work has started and will continue until September or October. During construction, expect single line alternating traffic, and the speed limit will be reduced to 40 miles per hour. The contract was awarded to Four Corners Materials, and tribally owned Waimanuch Construction is a subcontractor.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings, Tuesday, April 30th. It's a night with the ancients, presented by Mesa Verde Country and held at the Sunflower Theater from 7 to 9 p.m. It's a free event, but please register, they ask, as seating is limited. A virtual tour through the night sky that explores the various cultural connections to and stories of the constellations that will be visible that night. Stargazing expert Jennifer Frost is on a mission to make sure the public does not miss out on the wonders of the night sky. The interpretive park ranger for Canyons of the Ancients National Monument says, quote, with 50% of the world's population born in cities, odds are 50% will never see the night sky. We're in danger of a generation being raised without a clue about the night sky because of light intrusion, and my goal is to help change that, she said. May 2nd, here's something different to do at the Wild Horse Saloon in Durango. It's a paint party from 6 to 8 p.m. hosted by the Painted Playground. Let's paint at the Wild Horse Saloon. It's a painter's choice. You can either paint the spring cow or the welcome bouquet. It's going to be a wild night of painting, so they are so excited to paint with you. Limited seating at $40 per person at the door. Starting May 3rd, there's a low-cost dog training class. Friday at 6:30 p.m. at the Cortez Denkai Thrift Store and Pet Adoption Center. Denkai is working with Diane Kindred of Kindred Pack Dog Training to provide this low-cost AKC Canine Good Citizen class with certificate upon completion. They're taking a maximum of 8 people for this course. You can sign up by contacting Diana Kindred at 970-560-1035 or go into the store located at 209 West Main Street in Cortez, and it's right next to Slavin's. This will be a 6 to 8 week course starting May 3rd, 2019. The course will take place on Fridays from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. and the cost for the course is $125. That's only $15.63 per 1-hour session. The price includes class testing and a certificate to send to AKC for certificate of completion. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, you can contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call us at the station at 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area, and of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.